Alrighty, so this must be the way to the thriller audition. Well, this ain't gonna... Okay. How bad does it look? Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is that you're going through. Welcome back to our Commanders That I Play series. And today, we're far away from the ocean because I can't swim and I'm afraid of it. If by chance you couldn't piece together what I'm saying, we are doing Runo Stromkirk, who then changes into Krothus, Lord of the Deep, all that type of jazz, yeah, whatever. Now, as you can see, I stated before that I'm not really much for water. Well, certainly not a terrible thing either way. No, gosh. But then again, it makes people wonder why I have a sea creature deck. I can't freaking swim. But either way, let us just continue on forward with what exactly Runo is about. Anyway, Runo Stromkirk, 1 blue, black, legendary creature, vampire cleric. I know that's ironic for sea creatures, just listen to me out right now. It's a 1/4 flying. When Runo Stromkirk enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. Hint, hint. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if a creature card with mana value 6 or greater is revealed this way. Transform Runo Stromkirk. And I know some of you are curious what it transforms into. And it transforms into Krothus, Lord of the Deep. It is a legendary creature, Kraken Horror, 3/5. It still has flying. And when Krothus, Lord of the Deep attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. If that creature, however, is a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent, create 2 of those tokens instead. We do dumb shite here. Now, the thing that's a little bit tricky to understand with Runo is basically the luck of the draw. Some people could definitely use cards to look for cards and then put into their graveyard to then bring back to put on the top of their library to guarantee the next turn to transform Runo. I, on the other hand, like to keep tempting Lady Luck and seeing if she likes me, because sometimes I'm there in her bed. Other times, I'm not sleeping on the couch, but I'm definitely at the doorstep. Other than that, the point of Runo Stromkirk is to do one of 2 things. The first one is to find ways to transform him. Having yourself some big creature costs is at least a good thing to have in order to transform Runo, making sure that you could at least also play some mana value stuff to help either decrease its cost or help pay into it. The second part is that you do want to play sea creatures, and a lot of people do focus on sea creatures, but I say let's focus on the big 4 and then we'll worry about the rest later. Now, when Runo transforms, you obviously want to focus on the back. I know blue and black isn't really the type to be an aggressive deck, but as soon as Krothus is on the board, you're going to have to figure out a way to be aggressive. At least if you do manage to attack with Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent, at least you'll have yourself a small, big-ass army that's going to be very hard to deal with. Or you could just swing with Stormtide Leviathan and keep getting a lot more Stormtide Leviathans. You're gonna be bull. You're gonna be bull, okay? BS. All in all together, these are basically the cards, though, that I say you would definitely need to have if you are going to make a Runo Stromkirk deck. Those cards being Stormtide Leviathan, Spawning Kraken, at least 2 or 3 type of cards that give you no max hand size, such as Reliquary Tower, Spellbook, Wizard class. If you want another Decanter of Endless Water and Thought Vessel, also Venseer's Journal. The list can go on, basically. Another being Omniscience, because who doesn't like playing things for free after they pay 10 mana because they work so hard to get there? Hullbreaker Horror, Serpent of Yawning Depths, Archetype of Imagination, and Finality. Slinvada, the Rising Deep, Nemesis of Reason, Breaching Leviathan, Chromatic Orrery. I don't know how to say this one correctly. Inundate, I think is how you say it. Whelming Wave. And also any black bring-back spell, any type of counter spell, because you're blue, who the hell wouldn't want to do that? And also to put some salt onto the wound, Fractured Sanity. Of course, I also wrote down this in my notes, which I need to actually put in. That card being Starwinder. I did not know it existed, and I'm already mad that I don't have it in my deck. And also because this is my Commander deck, I just want to throw in a few cards that I do play that I'm very sure not many do in their own decks, especially with Runo, such as Chromatic Orrery, Painful Quandary, Collective Restraint, Seagate Restoration, The Magic Mirror, Web of Inertia, Rogue's Class. I used to run Colossus of Akros, but I'm still going to throw it in there because it was just a funny idea. Elbrus the Binding Blade, and Leyline of Transformation. By the way, not many people add Chromatic Orrery. I understand why because of its price, but in this set, why the hell are you not running it? Seriously. I swear, I'm sorry, but it annoys me more than the random phone calls I've been getting. Hello?
Another settlement has sent word that they need our help.
For feck's sake, stop calling here! What? Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah, I'm still terrified to pick up that phone. Anyway, I've been yammering a bit too much here. How about we get into some combos? Now, the first one up, and some of the cards that I listed, this one is going to be the most obvious. Archetype of Imagination and Stormtide Leviathan. Obviously, you want to have both out on the field, and now you make sure that your opponent's creatures without Island Walk or Flying can't attack. Which means either way, this is a big FU to the entire table, and also a big 1-up considering you just looked at the Dragon player and said, hey, screw you. Alright, next up, EDHREC, Leviathan, and Animate Dead. What you first want to do is to make sure that the Leviathan is in your graveyard, Animate Dead is in your hand, and you have enough to play it. So the first thing you want to do is to cast Animate Dead. After it enters the battlefield, you want to return that Leviathan from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach it with Animate Dead. EDHREC triggers, returning all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. And then afterwards, Animate Dead will trigger, causing you to sacrifice EDHREC. You will repeat this each turn to be the dick at the table because you're returning all non-land permanents to their owner's hands each turn. And I don't mean to be rude about saying that. Of course, everybody has to have a game plan, but if you do this every turn, yeah, you're a dick. I'm just being honest. I will be too. For our third and final combo of the video, let's do an easier one than that complicated mess. Let's do the Watcher in the Water in Kindred Discovery. Now, before anything, you want to make sure you have both out on the field, and you have a way to draw a card during an opponent's turn. And for Kindred Discovery, you want to say Tentacle. Get your mind out of the gutter. So, for the first step, you want to draw a card during an opponent's turn. The Watcher's first ability will trigger, creating a 1/1 Tentacle. And for the third step, when it enters, Kindred Discovery will trigger, causing you to draw a card. You will repeat this process from step 2. And with this, you will have infinite card draw triggers, near infinite creature tokens, and near infinite enter the battlefield. Sorry, I keep having a stroke every time I try to say enter the battlefield because I write ETB on my notes. Other than that, though, if you want to try breaking the cycle, find a way. I ain't got a clue. I'm not a blue player. I'm green. But after all those combos, I still basically have some cards that I would still add into this deck, other than my mandatory picks, obviously. I still say that we have to add in the Starwinder for its own card draw ability, most definitely. Omniscience, I know that I said it was a most definite, but you know what, it's still 50-50. If you could find your way around the mana curve, then maybe no Omniscience. But honestly, let's face facts, you're pretty much gonna need it anyway. Garuda, Doom of Depths, Serpent of Yawning Depths. I mean, come on, it's literally the thing that's going to help you in a Runo deck. The Rising Deep, I don't know how to say that first name. I'm just gonna admit it. Deep Sea Kraken, though granted, yes, if you do pay into its little suspend thing, 9 turns is a stretch. but it's 9 turns and it's very doable. Not to mention, I mean, let's face it, everybody's going to play a spell. That thing's going to be the cheapest thing for you to get out. Probably maybe turn 3, maybe depending how many spells there are. Junk Winder, because let's face facts, you're going to add yourself a bunch of mana rocks. Don't you dare lie to me. Counter spells, it's blue. Korea, Best the Sea God, Crush of Tentacles, definitely an Ingaruk's Wake, Lockmere Serpent, and of course our big 4 that we have here, which is Bring Back Spells, Card Searching Spells, Token Making Spells, at least when you get to Krothus anyway. And of course, last but not least, our card draw spells. Granted, there's not a lot for blue and or black. Pause, hold on, sorry. I just would like to elaborate. I was reading a bit too fast at the time of recording. I just meant to say for black. Black does have card draw, but not a lot. Blue, on the other hand, holy mother of God. But still, I'll try to provide what I can here on the screen. Also, don't forget to at least make sure that you can find ways to either give your commander, Krothus, or anybody else hexproof and or shroud. Though granted, the shroud part may screw us over, depending if you have yourself spells that are group effort. If it is just going to be something that just protects Krothus most definitely from whatever BS attack your friends are making, then hey, at least you got yourself 12 steps ahead, while they're probably 3 behind. It's a work in progress, okay? Well, I do thank y'all for sticking around to the end of the video if you have. I do value your time, and I know time is precious, but the fact you wanted to watch me does put a smile on my face. Apart from that, though, I tried to be a bit more specific with this said deck video. I thought maybe trying to be a bit more in detail with depending our topics would be a bit more interesting and a bit more thought through, depending what deck I am talking about that I have made or played with. Aside from that, I do thank you all for watching my videos and sticking around. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, and I'll catch you smooth skins on the flip side. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you do like this type of stuff and want to stick around for more of this. But apart from that, I hope you all have a wonderful whatever, and I'll see you all later.
I found what you do.